This is Radio Entrepreneurs. My name is Jeffrey Davis, and I want to thank our host, Jim Farrell. We are sitting in the world headquarters for PR First in Hanover, Massachusetts. No giggling over there. And our next guest is Ray Belanger, CEO, Bay Copy. Did I get it right?
You did.
Tough for me.
Good job.
Thank you very much, Ray. Tell us, you're in the digital solutions business, right?
Yeah, which is kind of broad scope. Do all types of office equipment, copiers, printers. That's our roots. But with the digital solutions part, it's really connecting all that stuff together and making sure people know how to use it and can be productive in their office with it.
What's the history of the company?
We were started 46 years ago.
You don't even seem that old.
Well, I'm definitely over 46, that's for sure. My dad actually started it, so it's a second generation company, and he had a very unusual background. He came from an office manager background. Most people that start these type of businesses have either sales or service background. And he started in 1972 with really nothing but a card table and a telephone and a desire to do something else. And I had come into the business about 10 years after that.
Straight from school?
No, actually, I'm an only child, so any good son, I had no interest at all being in the family business. So I decided, after I got out of college, I got my MBA, and I worked a few years in the computer field. Back in the day with IBM mainframes doing computer training.
Right, good training.
Yeah, it was great. It was a terrific environment because I got to work in a lot of Fortune 500 type environments, really got a terrific sales education. And from there, the other thing I learned after doing that for a few years that maybe that lifestyle wasn't the best and I should reconsider doing something locally and having more control of my own destiny.
Nice. And everybody else has transitioned out of the business? Are you alone now, or is there other family members?
Yeah, I'm the only family member. My dad has been retired for about 25 years now, so I've been at this for a while, still trying to figure it out.
Do you like it?
Most days.
Yeah.
I think for any small business, to me, you got to take the whole package. There's good with the bad. There's some really tough days, but there's some really rewarding days. I guess at the heart of it, I just like that. I like to think I have more control of what's going to happen in my life, and good or bad, I'm the person that's responsible for it.
I remember when I went to university, there were what I call the blue chip interviewers on campus. There was the IBMs and the Xeroxes, who were on campus, and the guys who got the job at Xerox, they were going to get the best sales training, and you don't see Xerox really the same way anymore. Yours is a business that's gone through monumental industry changes over the last 30 years, I'd say. Can you sort of address how, what's gone on and how you deal with that? Because that's a real entrepreneur who can deal with such change.
Well, that's true. There's been a lot of changes. I think in general, though, any business is going to change. That's the environment we're in. There's always change. And it's just a question of how you adapt to it, how you deal with it, and try to make the best of it. Certainly the technology has changed dramatically. The types and scopes of customers that we deal with has changed. And it's still changing. It's never ending. And to me, that's the challenge of being an entrepreneur, is doing what you have to do day to day to keep the ball rolling and keep the money coming in, but also be able to step back a little bit. Where are we going with this? Is this the right direction?
Ray, you and I have talked many times over the years about the switch to managed print as opposed to the old way that people used to approach copies and all of that, and how it's now more a per page approach as opposed to the other. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about how MPS has changed the industry.
Sure. That has been one of the major changes for us. So in addition to our regular traditional office equipment business that we have, we found a real need out there for some of our larger clients that have fleets of printers, healthcare organizations, banks, universities, to help manage that better. And what we found is that there's a real need to help really understand what people are doing on a per copy basis, per print basis, and really serve as a additional layer for those companies' IT environment.
Okay. And one of the other areas of your business in the industry that has always fascinated me is how you and a group of your colleagues from across the country will get together and share best practices. In fact, you are a founding member of a national trade association select dealer group. Maybe tell us a little about that.
Yeah, I like those. Those are interesting
they're
stories.
great. Yeah.
That's been actually, I think, one of the most rewarding things I've done in the 35 plus years I've been in this business. And it's always refreshing when you talk to other people in similar businesses. What are you doing? Compare notes. So this goes back about, I guess it's almost 15 years ago now. I was asked to join about 7 or 8 other people that own dealerships throughout the country, and we met in Denver and just had a discussion of, geez, could we start some type of a group to share best practices and help each other? And that's come together where we have over 40 dealers from all over the country and some international dealers where we meet 3 times a year. We share best practices, we benchmark our financial performance of our business to an industry standard model.
I think that really helps.
It's been a tremendous help, and one thing I've learned is you don't know, sometimes you just don't know what's possible until you get to benchmark your business and compare it to other businesses. And the personal thing beyond that, I've developed deep friendships with people through all over the country.
Does that help you get leads as well? Do you market it all together as a group, or is it just really sort of a developmental, professional support?
It's more developmental and professional support, but there definitely are needs where we might have a customer, they might have locations outside of our normal service area, and I'll know dealers in all different parts of the country that can ask for help to help provide service for a customer. So there's back and forth like that all the time. But I'd say the compelling benefit is just group therapy, support sessions, and really to get some interesting ideas. There's some of the best dealers in the country are in this group, in my opinion, and it's just great to be around them and being involved.
Are there any economies of scale of purchasing together?
Some we have some. We'll have vendors come in and talk to us, and we'll have some agreements based on the group scale. But I'd say that's really a minor part of this group. There are other purchasing groups that I'm a part of that have more of that function. But this is more of sharing best practices.
Okay. Ray, if somebody wants to find you and Bay Copy, how would they do that?
Well, on the web is probably the easiest way, www.baycopy.com.
All right. Phone numbers are not nowadays at all.
Well, you can use the phone number, 781-871-6670.
I want to thank you for being on the show today. We really appreciate it. And continued success. Let's keep it going for another 40-plus years.
Sounds good. Thanks very much for the opportunity.
We appreciate
Pleasure talking
it.
to you.
And I want to thank Jim Farrell, PR First, who's been hosting us today in their offices in Hanover, Mass. Doing a great job, Jim. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming here.
That little shot of coffee I had in between really helped too. We're going to take a break. Remind everybody, if you're listening to a story on entrepreneurship, then that means this is Radio Entrepreneurs.